are from the government and they're only here to help. Quote, it's a cheap way to deal with the situation, unquote, an angry Park Service ranger in Washington says of the harassment. Quote, we've been told to make life as difficult for people as we can. It's disgusting, unquote. So for somebody here in Washington, at least, who is giving park rangers orders to make life as difficult as possible, it is a game. There was a time in America when we had a president, we had Congress members who would encourage people in this country that there was always a way to make something happen. And the volunteer spirit across this land made us the envy of the world because people volunteered. We could do anything. And yet, people around Washington have seen just what the park ranger said. They've been told, make things as difficult as possible. So here is a playground in Washington, D.C. that never has a federal officer there supervising it. I'm told by people whose children play there constantly. But they found a need to go lock it up, and somebody spent a bunch of money all over this town printing up new things to emphasize, not just closed. I'm sure they have plenty of closed signs they could use. Oh no, we have to print up all new signs that say because of the federal government shutdown, this National Park Service facility is closed. And they're putting it places, it isn't even National Park Service facilities. Well, they're following their orders. They're making life as difficult as they can for as many as they can. Here's another. Because of the federal government shutdown, all national parks are closed. And this one is at the World War II Memorial. See the wide open sidewalks? They're made of granite. You're not going to hurt them. And I can tell you there's enough veterans, there's enough people, those of us who have served. We're not going to let people deface this. Yes, it's possible somebody could sneak down there in the night and do that. And I can tell you they could sneak down there and do it at night even with the barricades. So the only people the barricades like this stop are people like our World War II veterans in wheelchairs, because somebody has given the order, the disgusting order, to make life as difficult as possible for as many people as possible. Maybe they'll surely blame the Republicans, even though we're the ones who refuse to even appoint negotiators to negotiate as called for in the Constitution, the law, and the rules of the House and the rules of the Senate. I didn't like the idea of appointing conferees. It was basically a capitulation. All right, you didn't like our compromises. Here's our people to compromise. You don't have to worry. I wasn't one of those that Speaker Boehner appointed. And you wouldn't even appoint people to come sit down and talk about it. Instead, rushing around all over the place, shutting places like the Moore family farm that's been around since the George Washington days in the 1700s, hadn't taken a federal dime since 1980, sent park rangers over to Virginia Tuesday to run the McLean Chamber of Commerce out of the farm, costing the farm money, costing the chamber all kinds of headaches as they tried to relocate for no reason other than what we have now learned. Someone gave the order, make life as difficult as you can. So this farm that really gets a lot of business in the fall, this is their prime time. The director says they've lost $20,000 because they rented barricades to block a park that doesn't get a dime of federal money. People all over the country are finding the same thing. And it's time it stopped. This is not a game. Let's help Americans for a change. And with that, I'll yield back.
Does the gentleman have a motion?
At this time, I would move that the House do now hereby adjourn.
The question is on the motion to adjourn. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. According to the House, stands adjourned until 9 a.m. tomorrow.
The House today passed two pieces of legislation to reopen parts of the government. The first would fund the Federal Emergency Management Agency through December the 15th. The other would fund the nutrition program, the Women, Infants, and Children Nutrition Assistance Program. More work in the House ahead tomorrow. They're in early.